obviously the story today is this is the reason why you have crazies from the left who are now attempting to assassinate him. What she should do is go through all the ad campaign that they're running in the battleground states. Anything that references being destructive of democracy and all the other tropes and the lies, Project 2025, all that stuff, it should come down. Stick to the facts, stick to the policy.
Okay, so there's two parts that suck there, JR. I want your thoughts on both. But the first is that he says, he references radical leftists trying to take out Trump. I love that they can just, like, I wish it was a leftist. So I guess I'll just say it. I guess I'll say the guy who voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and in this cycle wanted Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley. I guess he's a leftist. Dear viewer, when you're hanging out with all your leftist buddies and you're talking about how Vivek Ramaswamy should be president, you know how you are. They're conservatives. I get that, like, any political violence is terrible, but you at least have to address where the violence is coming from. It's conservatives. That's just, yes, it's confusing. It's confusing. We should get to the bottom of all of this, but that's what the evidence actually shows. And we're gonna stick to the evidence here on the Damage Report.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
But his point there, JR, is so he goes beyond just JD Vance's like, stop calling him a fascist. He says, don't talk about Project 2025. Keep to the policies. Which discussion of Project 2025, that's all that it's about. It's the list of policies that you guys endorse and want to make good on. So I'll stick to the policies. I'll do that part of what Byron Donalds wants. And I'll do that in part by talking about Project 2025. What do you think?
Are we also forgetting that in response, because many times Donald Trump's argument against someone calling him out is, no, I'm not, you are. He says it so much, it's actually pretty childish. He, in being called a threat to democracy, in saying when Kamala Harris took over for Joe Biden, they're a threat to democracy. No, they're a threat to democracy. So you're throwing around the same language that you said is dangerous and is getting you shot at, right? And it's pretty obvious when Byron Donalds and some of these other surrogates are throwing out the reasons what we need you guys to stop doing is talking about Project 2025. Stop talking about the things that we're doing and saying. Stop talking about our racism. Stop talking about our lies. Stop talking about how we're inciting violence. This isn't fair. You're not supposed to point out the things that actually prove the point that we're an actual danger to our democracy, let alone that some of these pundits are also talking about, are you ready to end democracy? The guy that's in jail, what's that crusty faced guy again? I can't remember his name, but he's off up in jail for not following a subpoena. I haven't talked about him in a minute now. I'm actually forgetting his name. Steve Bannon.
Crusty face. Joking. Yeah, it's Steve Bannon.
Crusty face Steve Bannon is talking about how he cannot wait to come and get rid of all civil servants, get rid of everyone that's in government and replace them with loyalists. It's not just Steve Bannon saying it, it's Donald Trump. So, we can detach the name Project 2025 from your policies, but your policies still match what is inside Project 2025. Just because you don't like the title doesn't mean it's not the same damn thing. And this is one last thing on Byron Donalds. These are the giveaways that they give. Why should Kamala Harris and Tim Walz pull out their ads only in battleground states? Why don't they pull them out in California, in New York? Why don't they pull them out in all these states?
Amazing.
Do you not care about the people of California, New York, and these lib cities hearing about the lies that these Democrats are telling about your candidacy? Why does that have to be battleground states? Because you're worried about battleground states hearing the things that you're saying and actually understanding who you are. Because it's not about the assassination attempts. It's not about the rhetoric. It's about having actual arguments that are calling out who you are, and you have no defense for it outside of, not me, you.
Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.